On April 20th, 2010, the Deepwater Horizon oil rig operating in the Gulf of Mexico exploded and sank, releasing 134 million gallons of oil over the next 87 days, becoming the biggest accidental oil spill ever. And as time goes on, oil spills will only be more common in the future as the U.S. consumes more and more oil each year, consuming 1.9% more oil in 2022 than in the previous year, consuming 19.1 million barrels of oil every single day. Oil spills are one of the worst things that can happen to an environment, killing or disabling all different kinds of animals, from birds to fish to sea otters. The oil affects sea otters and birds by destroying their insulative properties of the fur and feathers by coating them. This makes them susceptible to the cold and will often lead to them dying of hypothermia. In the Exxon Valdez oil spill, around 350,000 to 390,000 birds died from the oil spill. The oil affects fish by when the fish come in contact, they experience conditions like fin erosion and liver enlargement. Their reproductive systems will also be harmed by the oil. If the fish are even able to have eggs, most of the eggs will die because of the oil's long-lasting effects. On March 24th, 1989, an oil tanker crashed into Prince William Sound on the Bligh Reef. When it crashed, it spilled 11 million gallons of oil. It was a result of faulty equipment, with Exxon cutting costs, not buying crucial radar systems for the ship, which ultimately led to the crash of the Exxon Valdez. Prince William Sound is a secluded area with a fragile ecosystem. The spill covered 1,300 miles of coastline and killed an estimated 350,000 seabirds, 3,000 otters, 300 seals, 250 bald eagles, and 22 killer whales. The spill also heavily impacted the native people living in Prince William Sound, with some of their main food supply being from the Sound. And now that all the oil was there, it was very hard for their food to survive. The main economic drive in Prince William Sound was also based on the wildlife, and the spill significantly hindered their economy. Responding to disasters such as the Exxon Valdez and the Deepwater Horizon requires thousands of professionals and volunteers to clean up and monitor the environment for many years, if not decades, following the disaster. One such person was John Houghton, a PhD marine biologist. There have been a couple acts passed trying to prevent oil spills, and the most notable one being the Oil Pollution Act, more commonly known as the OPA, in 1990, which came as a direct result of the Exxon Valdez oil spill. This act streamlines and strengthens the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA's, ability to prevent and respond to catastrophic oil spills. In the future, we need to prevent oil spills from happening by enforcing more safety measures on oil rigs and oil tankers. We also need to hold the oil companies more accountable and liable so that they have to pay for cleanup costs and damages. But most importantly, we need to try to get rid of our fossil fuel use altogether. Not only does that prevent oil spills from happening, but it also protects our planet from climate change.